What is up, party people? Happy Saturday and welcome back to Saturday Garage. Today is a big day. Today is the day that Penny the dog gets a ride in El Cochino. She loves it. She's a bit of a pig herself. But today is also the day where this dude Larry is flying in from Oklahoma to pick up El Cochino. So it's going to be bye-bye big block and hello turbo, as in turbo minivan. I'm going to be taking this thing down to my shop, meeting him there. I think he's going to probably put some seat belts in it and maybe an alternator bracket would be wise before he gets the hell out of LA as quickly as possible. So we're going to clean this thing up just a hair, send it out of LA with Larry, and we're going to meet a new friend, a turbo minivan. So buckle up, because I can't. Like I have no seat belts. So I'll see you soon. Okay, this is it. Time to say goodbye to El Cochino, the coolest big block 73 El Camino in the world. This is Larry and his brother Shannon. They flew out here from Oklahoma to pick this thing up. They are smart people. They are going to drive it back to Oklahoma. They are questionably smart people.
It's all right. What's the worst going to happen? Yeah.
You got a fire extinguisher. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want to get anything done here before you hit the road, or are you just trying to get the hell out of LA?
I think we're going to do the alternator bracket just so we don't end up stranded.
Smart?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems super smart.
So we're going to do that. And, seatbelts, because we're trying not to die.
Fair enough. So Larry and Shannon are going to do a little bit of work on this thing, and they're going to document their drive home. So I'm going to try to see if I can steal some of their footage and check in with them periodically throughout this episode. So don't leave. Let's make sure they make it home.
All right, if I kill it, just act like it didn't happen.
All right, so our boys have left on a test drive. That was them, if you could hear that. Unsurprisingly, those tires spin. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that thing. It's not that big of a deal because they're coming right back. Okay, so these dudes are back from their test drive. And in addition to paying me money to take this car out of my way, they're also doing work on it while I get to edit. It's a strong deal. Seatbelts first, safety first, time permitting. Back to work. So these dudes were on their way out the door until they realized the brake lights didn't work. There's some sort of tomfoolery going on inside of the cabin of this car. Hot wiring, some sort of brake switch repair. But they got belts in. Oh yeah, lights are on. Off. On, off, off.
Oh, this is such a bad idea. I can't wait.
They got belts in, got an alternator bracket on. Took the sweet minivan to go get the right size belt, got the wrong size belt, put the old alternator back on. And yeah, with this new fashion Jimmy wiring job, looks like they're on their way. Gentlemen, Godspeed.
See you, brother.
We'll see you soon. Goodbye, El Cochino. You were a good friend. Treat them well. Ah, brake lights. Wonderful. All right, that is one rad dude going off into the sunset. And this is one rad dude going off to the Smog shop. Because it is a beauty, and it must be driven. Okay, so here's the deal with this minivan. One, blanket statement, and I stand by this. Minivans rule. If you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you, you're wrong. Minivans are awesome. This minivan is specifically awesome. It is a 1990 Plymouth Voyager factory turbocharged, factory 5-speed minivan. A turbo 5-speed minivan, just like, it's good, it's cool. It's basically the same drivetrain that was in the 80s and 90s, Omni GLHs, Shelby Chargers. Basically when Shelby and Dodge started getting together in the 80s and 90s, they put turbos on things and 5-speeds in them. I never thought those cars were cool when I was a kid, probably because I never noticed them when I was a kid, but I think they're cool now. And according to the comments, like, a lot of you guys do too. I'm getting a strange number of requests to see action on the turbo minivan, so here you go. Anyway, it was a Hot Rod Garage car. Tony brought it in. He championed it really hard. Loved this car. Loves weird oddball 80s, 90s stuff. So he's the one who got it on the show. We did a couple episodes with it, sort of refresh suspension, and I don't really honestly know what else we did with it, but we had a good time with it. This was a car that had an episode on the shelf, meaning that if ever we were in a pinch and needed to shoot something because the thing we were planning on shooting wasn't ready, it was going to be this car. We have an upgraded turbo, we have an intercooler, we have a bunch of parts on the shelf ready to throw in this car. So when Tony left the show, it remained the just-in-case car during Alex and Lucky's tenure. Lucky wasn't really into the car. Alex was pretty specifically disinterested in the car, so it never made it to light. It just sort of sat in the parking lot getting sun faded and waiting for me to buy it, which eventually I did. So I now own it. It's registered in my name, but it needs a Smog to actually be, like, you know, legally drivable, etc., etc. So it's in my name. It needs to be Smogged, which is what we're doing today. And to tell you all about the Smog needs and the Smog history of this car is me driving right now. Over there. So on my first attempt at Smog, 3 things failed. One of them being a gas cap that was not properly sealed. 2 being a vent tube that vents the top of the fuel tank back into the fill tube, which is really just dumb. I don't know, it does something, I'm sure, I don't care. It has since been fixed, hopefully sealed. Don't worry about that. I'm just gonna expect that that's fixed. Number 3, which is what I'm hoping to get past today, is the NO levels, my parts per million, were just barely outside of high. Measured was 1041 and the max is 1012. So like really, really close. What the Smog guy told me last time was go drive it, get it hot. So that's what I'm doing right now. Apparently those high NO levels are caused by hot combustion chambers, basically a lean mix causing a hot combustion chamber. The potential likely causes, according to the internet, are a vacuum leak, letting unmetered air in and leaning up your mixture a bit, or something in your EGR system, the exhaust gas recirculation system, either plugged or otherwise malfunctioning. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to a Smog shop. I am hoping that it passes, just getting it hot, and hopefully having to do no diagnostics on it. If it fails, we're going to figure out what an EGR system is and how to fix it, because when this thing does inevitably pass, it is getting sold immediately because I have no room for it, I have no time for it. It is a fun little car, but it will be more fun on Cars&Bids.com and putting some money in my pocket. So as I'm pulling in now, I will say goodbye. You know what? I'm gonna go put more heat in this thing. I'm gonna drive this in second gear, 4,000 RPM for about another 5 minutes, and then pull directly into this drive-through Smog shop because right now, heat is my friend. Wish me and my head gasket luck, because I'm choosing now for first gear and 6,000 RPM. Okay, so I'm actually choosing first gear. 5,000 RPM feels at least survivable, so I'm going to do that for a little bit. Actually, you may not believe me, but it's a very good car. It's 1990. It's got a manual. It's got a mess inside of it, but it's got a turbo and like all the room you could ever ask for. The headliner's terrible. The paint is awful, but the rest of this interior is like, it's pretty minty. Like, it's good. Listen, I'm not that sad to get rid of it. I am much more happy with money in my pocket. I looked at Cars&Bids a little while ago, and a couple of these have sold for decent money. There was I think an 89 or a 90 that, oh, I forgot, staying high RPM. There was an 89 or a 90 that had good paint. It was not a turbo. It was a V6 or whatever their 6-cylinder is, and an automatic. So like, option-wise, not as cool. Way lower miles. This thing is kicking in at 255,399 miles as we speak. But that van went for $8,000. So like, that's promising. Okay, point of clarification on that whole $8,000 for an automatic V6 minivan thing. I don't know where I was recalling that information from, but patently untrue. I went and checked Cars&Bids again, and there's no record of that car being sold. They're the one in my mind, the red one in my mind. There's some $8,000 stuff there, but they're like sick minivans. There's a link somewhere. Might be over here. Definitely in the description. You can go check it out and do the research and tell me what you think I can get for it. I don't know. I'll probably still send it there eventually. Tony has said that he might want it back. So Tony might sort of get dibs on it, in fairness. But I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do. Check out some prices. Tell me if you would bid on it, actually. That's a good one. So I guess that's really the question. Does it go to Cars&Bids, where you get to bid on it? Or does it go to Stay Tuned, where you get to watch probably way too much horsepower come out of it? You tell me. I don't know. I'll do whatever you want. Bad news. This place only does 2,000 to 2,025 vehicles. Basically OBD2 cars. This is an OBD1 car. It needs a sniffer. It needs actual physical and visual examination. So I'll have to find another one. Okay, so I'm on my third Smog Shop destination. The first one, this car was too old. The second one claims that it couldn't give me a check because I'd already had it checked somewhere else before and I had to go back to them. That to me seems a little bit like they're a shady shop who didn't want to get flagged in the system as passing where other people fail it. I'm going to a third shop right now, and I'm just not going to show them old paperwork and see what happens. They claim on the phone that they can do 1990. They claim they do a pass and free retest, and they claim they can do it tonight, so. Quick recap. Yesterday, went to one Smog Shop that had two 1990 model year vehicles. Went to Smog Shop 2, didn't want to touch it because it had failed someplace else before. I thought that was suspicious. Place 3, didn't want to touch it because it had failed someplace before. Maybe these aren't hot Smog shops, but I don't blame them. They don't want the heat of passing something that had failed somewhere else before. So we're on day 2 of a smog test, which is entirely too long for a smog test. I can't take this back out today because the door fell off. I do have to drive this back down to where I used to work near Motor Trend, where it failed for the first time. Before I do that, I would like this door to be able to stay on. I opened it too far, and when I tried to jam it forward, it came off the tracks. It is also fallen now and bent up this corner pretty good, so I got to bash that corner back out so it can close all the way, get it back on the tracks, go get a smog. The off chance that anybody clicked on this link for a year, make, and model video, which is like how-to-y kind of stuff, and you're trying to find out how to take the door off of a 1990 Plymouth Voyager and or Dodge Caravan. Here's what I've learned so far. 2 screws. Take off the brake light, remove those 2 screws on this side. 2 screws here, also that you remove. That whole valance piece pops off. For me, this top had already pulled out, so what I'm coming to realize is this trim piece right here unscrews, and then this retainer right here, just probably, what is that, an 8 mil, 10 mil, needs to come out, and this roller will slide back into here. Okay, wrong again. This lower one, I was actually trying to take off only because I need to bash that corner back into place. And I thought it'd be easier to do off the car, but I can't find an easy way to get this off. It might just lift out, but it's kind of heavy. I don't really feel like wrenching my back right now. So what I'm going to do is leave that in place. This roller I had gotten back in last night. It just slides out and slides right back in here at this little lip, which is also coincidentally where it got stuck. So part of the hope of me pulling the whole door off was also to rebuild or lubricate these rollers, because I think that's part of my issue. That said, the door is gonna stay on. I'm going to probably pull a wheel so I can get a hammer behind this to bash this out a bit and actually let it clear that lower corner so I can get this door to close. Okay, bye. Year, make, and model, done. Year, make, and model, done. There's nowhere to get that in. There's gotta be like a little access groove somewhere, which there's not. It's gotta come in on the front side. Okay, so that's the other idea, or other option. This is a little similar retainer on the front side of this doorway. Took that off last night. I might not be able to get far forward enough because of that bent corner, so I'm gonna try to shove this all the way back, get it behind the tire and address that bent corner, then maybe get it closed enough to get this roller into this track on the front side. You know, this seems like a good time to check in with our pal Larry. Good job, Larry. Nice. Okay, there's really no good angle to film this from. There's also no good angle to work from, so I'm gonna do my best. I'm just going to back it with a rag and hit it with a dead blow. Really hope this whole thing doesn't fall. Honestly, chances are reasonably high. This is stupid and ineffective. Well, not totally ineffective, actually. Smaller hammer. Got a leaf spring in the way, got a fender in the way, no swing room whatsoever. It's like incrementally better, but also still bad. That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Okay. So that's closable. That can be bodyworked by literally anybody else. Back to the front. My hope is that I can get it in. Which way is which way? Over here. There? Yeah, in this little slide here, this open end. Now that it'll close flush enough, hopefully, I might be able to get that over there. How I climb around, we'll find out. Actually, I kind of want to grease that while it's back there. Let me see if I have grease. I don't think I do. I'm just going to WD it. I take that back. I have white lithium spray grease. I'm going to use that. See, negligently gross application. A little dot here. A little dot here. A little more there. And then just for craps and laughs, we get it all the way down to there. Craps and laughs, that's what it's all about. All right, and we're back to this horribly framed part of the process. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's buttery. Buttery smooth. Might be spoiling myself here. Oh, come on, you can do it. Oh, no, you can't. Hold on. How did you get out if I can't get you in? Is my new question. This has got to think there might be a release back here that I don't want to have to take off, but I'm going to. Stand by. More year, make, model stuff. To get these trims off, it's the same for the one up here. A couple of them are these little button caps that you want one of these little like trim prior tools for. I'm shocked I have broken none of them. Just to get these little caps off. Some of them have like ratcheting pins that will pull out. You know, some are some are the other. Whatever, figure it out. Bye. Hello again. Oh no. This is the whole door panel. That's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not doing that at all. I wonder if they installed this roller in the track first and then bolted the bracket on, which would be, you know, probably not what happened, but it might be what happens now. Yeah, stand by. Pausing. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Like we're probably, I'm gonna use my TV brain here. We're probably between 6 and 8 minutes into an episode, which is a boring premise already, is getting a minivan smogged. I guess there's been struggle. We're really looking for that payoff. I guess this would be a good time for an act break. So go to commercial. Little Caesar's Pizza is gonna come and entice you for a $5 deal. And we're gonna see if this track gets back in place after these messages. Hey, welcome back, it's me again. I don't have any gear wrenches and I can't fit a socket back here. So this is gonna be 500 turns of a 10 mil. Stand by. Oh, time lapse. Let me time lapse you. So here's a question. I'm filming this all on an iPhone, and like, you know, the smart thing to do is like, not just use this footage for YouTube, but use it for Instagram or, I don't know, whatever. I'm shooting horizontally. Listen, I'm a TV guy, I'm not a social media guy. These aren't things I know. I'm shooting horizontally for YouTube, which is the move. I know that. Instagram, however, I believe prefers a vertical. Shy of shooting on a GoPro or I don't know, maybe something else with a larger format that I can just choose from later. What have you YouTubers or camera people out there, what do you recommend that I don't have to shoot things twice if I can do a 1x1 or a 9x16 or a 16x9 or a 4x3 or whatever those aspect ratios are, all at once? What are your solutions for that? Thank you, I got this off. Let's see what happens. Oh, I don't have to see what happens, I just gotta put it in. Stupid idiot. Let me lube it first. Oh, that tastes bad. Highly lubed. Ew. Okay. Year, make, and model. Take this bracket off. Put it back on after you get it in the track. It's a 10mm wrench. Doesn't seem that hard, but it's kind of a pain right now. I'll time lapse you again. I got it now. Fixed. That is all. Tomorrow is smog. Just put back together the stuff you took apart. I gotta do that. Also, if you guys play nice and like and subscribe and stuff, we'll do cool stuff like this on this minivan. It's got a bigger turbo to go with it. Best part is, it was already paid for. I'm right, I was wrong. All right, I'll stop recording now, that's stupid. You guys want to go check on Larry, see how he's doing? Let's see.
She's not broken. She's only cooling off because she's spicy. And she was climbing up to like 211, 212. But it's not her fault. People can't drive. But we're good. She's mint.
Any Hoosers, I'm wearing an ATR shirt today because she hates this car. Anyway, I am now on day 3, attempt 5 to to smog this thing. The first one failed, the second one didn't test pre-1990 vehicles, the third one wouldn't test a car that already failed, the fourth one wouldn't test a car that already failed. That dude, however, was cool enough, because it was already on the rollers and had a sniffer in, he ran it for me just sort of as a pre-test, not actually attached to the VIN, and the NOx levels were wonderful. The only thing that changed, which got those NOx levels down, is that I drove it for 30 minutes prior to actually going to the smog check. When I failed it, I drove it 6 blocks from Motor Trend over to Ernie and Frank's, where I'm going back to right now so that they can recheck it. That's Duncan, by the way. He's a foster dog. Holler if you want him. So I'm getting it hot now, driving down 40 minutes, 50 minutes to get back down to Ernie and Frank's. And hopefully it passes. The learnings that I have received that I'll share with you are NOx levels being high are a sign of high combustion temperatures. High combustion temperatures tend to be caused by either too much ignition timing, getting that flame started too soon and kind of creating some struggle and holding heat in there, by a vacuum leak, which causes unmetered air to get into your air fuel mixture and create a leaner condition, which also burns hotter. If you're an Engine Masters watcher, you should know also that fuel, in addition to being flammable, fuel cools. So if you don't have enough fuel in your air fuel mixture, your combustion temperatures are going to be hotter, and for reasons I can't explain, then increase to a higher NOx level, which I believe means nitric oxide. I'm not sure. Anyway, what the internet tells me is that as a possible solution, if you do have high NOx levels, you can retard the timing a handful of degrees. Warning there is that if you do, you might also increase your CO2 levels, which is also a measured thing in a smog test. So we're gonna go down to the shop today, smog shop today. Hopefully Duncan brings me some good luck. We pass the test with flying colors. I can get this registered, I can get it sold, because I need to make room. Here comes the smog, wish me luck. Sorry this was 5 minutes long. Come here. What is that? Get out of there. What are you eating? What are you trying to snack on? What is that? You don't want that. And survey says, passed. Passed with remarkably flying colors even. I don't remember what my old measurement was. I'll check it and I'll I don't know, cut it in somehow. My old measurement was much higher. I don't know what it was. But currently measured for nitric oxide levels, 303. Acceptable is 1015. So like, even the dude at the smog shop said, oh man, that's really clean. Like that burns really clean. And I was like, yeah, it does. Have you seen this minivan? Like, it's a clean minivan. Of course it burns clean. That was an episode on a smog test. Thanks for the El Camino for giving some like muscle meat to it. But if you guys want more smog content, let me know, because there's going to be a lot of it to happen in California. Otherwise, I probably won't do it. If you want it, let me know, but I can't imagine that's the case. Let's see, what else? Future plans for the minivan are this. It's to take all those boxes that we had on the shelf at HRG for this episode in a box ready to go and get them on the car. I think that's going to involve dropping the entire front cross member engine strut assembly in order to do it all easily. So it's not going to happen immediately. I need to clear a little bit of driveway space and make things a little bit more maneuverable before I can do that. But there's a clutch that needs to go in it. There's a full gasket kit that needs to go around that motor. I have a turbo for it. I have an intercooler for it. I have a ECU for it. It literally lives inside of the airbox. You have to replace the airbox because it keeps it cool. That was the technology of the time. But I have the airbox for it that is the reprogrammed higher horsepower tune for the bigger turbo. There's good stuff to go in that car to make it a lot more fun to drive, a lot less of a mess when it's parked. And hopefully, if all goes well, I can get the AC working. Because if I can get the AC working, then I can get rid of the Beamer. Because the Beamer is currently the only thing that I have in the stable with AC. And I do need to get rid of something. I started this episode wanting to get rid of Minivan. I end this episode not wanting to get rid of Minivan, but still wanting to get rid of something. So that's the immediate future plan. It may be thwarted by impatience and a lack of storage. So it may end up on Cars and Bids. It may end up going over to Tony on Stay Tuned. I don't know. Let me know if you've got an opinion, because I don't know, maybe you don't care about it. Maybe 90% of you guys don't care about Minivan, but there's been a very vocal 10% minority in the comments. I don't know. All that said, thank you guys for coming. Happy Saturday. Get out there and work on your own stuff. And I'll see you next week. That's it. 4 things. Thanks for coming. Happy Saturday. Get out, work on your own stuff. I'll see you next week. That went down to 3. What's even going on here?